Here in the United States, it's barely been a week since former President Donald Trump was convicted in his hush money case in Manhattan. And now his allies at home and even abroad are standing up for the convicted felon. MAGA supporters and the Republican Party continue to call the conviction a political witch hunt. And joining that chorus are two unusual leaders, Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban and Russia's Vladimir Putin. Just days after a jury of Trump's peers unanimously agreed to a guilty verdict on all 34 criminal counts for falsifying business records, Orban and Putin voiced their support for the ex-president. Now, Moscow agreed that Donald Trump's assessment that the hush money trial was in fact politically motivated. The Kremlin has accused President Joe Biden of using legal and illegal means to get rid of political rivals. Rich. And joining Putin in supporting Donald Trump is Hungarian far-right leader Viktor Orban. Hungary's prime minister says Donald Trump is, quote, a man of honor, end quote, and always puts America first. Orban also said that Americans will vote in favor of Donald Trump in November despite the conviction. Now, Orban has been a close ally of Donald Trump's and even endorsed the Republican presidential bid for the White House back in March. And it's not just Putin and Orban who have come out in support of the GOP's presumptive presidential candidate. Italy's Deputy Prime Minister Matteo Salvini has also expressed solidarity and full support for Donald Trump. Salvini went on to say that the former president was the victim of the, quote, weaponization of America's legal system, end quote, by the political left. By backing Donald Trump, Europe's far-right leaders have provided the international validation that MAGA supporters were in fact looking for.
I think the justice system is corrupt. There's a lot of liberal judges, and I think they're going after Trump.
I completely know it was a witch hunt from the White House. Complete persecution for our president. He's done nothing but incredible things for our country.
They don't want him to run because they know that Biden can't win without stopping him. And that's the scary part.
Now, the race for the White House is getting more and more challenging for the former president as he awaits the hush money trial sentencing phase, which is scheduled for July 11th. Polling done in the aftermath of the historic verdict already shows that support is waning for the now convicted felon. Perhaps the Trump campaign hopes the endorsements of America's most lethal antagonist, Vladimir Putin, and his far-right acolytes will be a boon with key independent voters and those all-important soccer moms that will ultimately decide the election. From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.
Confused by the barrage of numbers, deafened by the chorus of experts, disoriented by the flying graphics? Don't worry, we've got you covered. On Firstpost, we're keeping things simple. The most important seats, the high-profile candidates, and the most lucid analysis. As India counts its votes, tune in to Firstpost. Catch our live coverage on June 4th on all our platforms. Also, the special edition of Vantage.